It's Week 5 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see the veteran Zach Ertz. He was historic a week ago, surpassing Shannon Sharp's 2002 mark of 214 yards by a tight end. It's the Cards and the Eagles, next on EA Sports.
Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Arizona Cardinals. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Cardinals in this matchup. Their offense is a unit that's not afraid to take chances out there, but not always for the better. What do you see them trying to do here?
I think they'll continue to take those chances, Brandon, but to me, they have to do it in a measured way. And what I mean by that, they can't just come into a game and throw caution to the wind and just say we're going to run a bunch of gadget plays, a lot of reverses, end arounds, all of those things. They've got to identify the spots where they want those plays to pay off, which means you have to set them up, and then when they present themselves, take full advantage.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now, for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his third season, Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts got the green light as a starter from the Philly organization and took really good steps as the next in line of mobile quarterbacks in the city, following names like Michael Vick, Donovan McNabb, and Randall Cunningham. He led the team in all quarterbacks in the NFL in rushing, and he took Philadelphia to the postseason while throwing for over 3,000 yards.
To throw at the outset, here's Hurts. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
First down pickup there by new Eagle Zach Pascal, who started for 3 years in Indianapolis and broke 600 yards in 2 of them.
They'll run for the first time with Kenneth Gainwell. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. And they'll stay on the ground with Gainwell again. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Hurts. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, as built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight at just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. The 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cardinals take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. Well, so much for the opening drive being capped off by a field goal, CD. It's capped off by a touchdown after all, except I don't think in the manner that we were expecting.
No doubt about that, because you sent me a note earlier in the week saying you thought special teams might play a big role in this one. I don't know that you expected it this early in the game.
No, I didn't. That was a pretty impressive play. What a way to get their first points. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. We'll get this up to about the 44. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run behind center with Gainwell. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Hurts to throw. Flushed it. Hurts fumbles it. Johnson on, poke free. Football's held. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score. A fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Prater for the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. Taking it about the 1. On the return, Boston Scott. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Well, here comes Kyler Murray in his 4th NFL season leading this Cardinal offense. Already a 2-time Pro Bowler in his time with Arizona.
You know what I did in pregame? I made sure I touched him as he went by. I want a little bit of what he's got.
The golden arm from last week.
Oh, how much fun was that to watch that game tape, all right? The number of touchdowns, what was that, 5 last week?
Yeah.
But 0 interceptions. So you think he's due to throw a pick? But I'm betting that he continues the streak in this game.
A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth. DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. Touchdown, Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins with career touchdown number 70. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, I don't think that they're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league. But this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try to mount a comeback.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded right at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 40-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On third down, it's Gainwell. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. On the return, Dortch running right through him. "34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Prater's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come to... Well, we'll move right through the break then. Skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They've got the lead right now. You remember last week they defeated the Carolina Panthers here. Good momentum. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now a man in his second season in a Cardinal uniform. Here's James Conner. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Again, it's Conner. And some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And quickly they get to the line. On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Murray. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes. So they will hold on to the ball. But good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
And until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. And they'll begin on the ground with Gainwell. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. Third quarter action and a 2nd and 10 upcoming. From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They will run for it with Gainwell. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. He's going deep for Brown. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. From the gun, it's Hurts. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Going deep for Hopkins. And he bats it away and it falls down incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray. That's to the longtime Eagle, great Zach Ertz. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Back to throw it, Murray. Finding Ertz again. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And it's caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
Extra point good by Prater. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Buying time to his left. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Take it in by Pascal out left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 25-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Cards, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys.